Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thanks so much for watching today. Time for another makeup updates. I have been buying so much stuff. And these are all products that I purchased either around Black Friday or shortly after. So December-ish, late November, early December. Some of them have instantly gone into like, oh, I love, use. Other ones are ones that I really wanted to like and they seemed like a good idea and they weren't. And some are just, I can see where they would come into play depending on the type of look I'm going for. All right, so I'm gonna start with this. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo CC Cream, or the Camo Hydrating. Okay, is it fantastic? No. Okay, here's where you need to know my skin type and my preferences. I have combo skin. I'm oily in the T-zone. I've got normal skin in through here, can be a little dry here, sometimes corners of the nose. This is not like a life-altering foundation. Now I know CC cream, whatever you want to call it. Is it bad? No. I like this much better than the original one that's just the Camo CC cream, because this one, I need the hydration because I'm 49. Okay, mature skin, I need a little bit of hydration, but I don't want it to be an oil slick. This is one of those that I have discovered for myself, settles into like my lines in my forehead, or like right here nasal labial folds, or like this little line right here at the corners of my mouth if I over apply. So this is one that when I wear this, I need to set my whole face. If you don't like wearing powder everywhere and you have more mature skin, you may not like this, because the fact that it is hydrating, it kind of, I wouldn't say that it travels, it collects. That's the best way to say it, is that it will collect in your lines. So for me, this is not like the best thing ever. Can I make it work? Yeah. Does it work great when you set it with powder? Yeah. Maybe I should say it works well. I shouldn't say it works great. But another one of those things where if you put on too much, I end up looking like cake face. And I don't like that. So I need like half a pump. So something like this would last me forever because there's so much in here. And if you're curious, I wear the shade Fair 120N. Here's a product that I picked up recently that I really have been enjoying. This is the Bobbi Brown Corrector Stick. I have the shade Light Bisque. I picked this up because I saw Stephanie Marie talk about it. So this is basically just a light concealer stick. This one leans a little bit more on the peach side. I have some other correctors that are a little bit more on the pink side. This one works well. I feel like when I blend it in underneath my eyes, I feel like, because you can still see the cast of it being slightly peach here, where it looks best when I'm putting concealer over it. There are other ones that I can reach for on days that I don't do anything but corrector. This isn't one of those. The reason I've been liking this is it's winter. I've got a lot of hydration on my face. And sometimes my more emollient hydrating correctors, if I'm wearing like eye cream and hydrating serum and all of the things that we wear, and then I have a hydrating concealer going over the top of a corrector, it can kind of turn all of this here into like, an area where it's kind of slip sliding. And then I end up with more product sliding into my vertical lines, which draws more attention to the texture. And so sometimes it's just too many layers of hydration. I'm not saying that this is dry. I'm just saying that this is not as emollient as some of the other things that I have. Where other products, like here's my tried and true Beauty Pie. But do you see how shiny she is in the jar? This is the Super Luminous Under Eye Corrector. It's a little bit more on the pink side, but you can even see here how there's so much hydration to this and not to this. I need the lightest layer of each, but what I like about this is that I've kind of, for the winter time, traded this out for this, because I don't have as much product sliding under here, because I am reaching for hydrating concealers, because I am trying to lightly set my under eye, not to get too much product built up there, because I am wearing a hydrating face cream and an eye cream and so many layers of hydration. This one is not dry, but it is a little bit stiffer and definitely less radiant. So here's the Bobbi Brown, here is the one from Beauty Pie. And even when I thin them out, I'm just getting a little too much hydration. And the older I get, and the more of those wrinkles I have in this area underneath my eye, the more something like this makes sense, because it is not quite so emollient. I feel like this has the right amount of pigment On a day when all I want to wear is corrector and nothing else and like brush my eyebrows up with clear brow gel, I'll reach for the one from Beauty Pie, but this Bobbi Brown has been really great and I have been liking it a lot. I picked up two affordable powders. I like both of these. This one here from Moira is the Set and Correct Finishing Powder in the shade 100. They have, I think, 4, maybe 5 of these color correcting powders. You can see that I've lost the imprint here in the center. I've been using this a lot. I think this is actually a really nice powder. This is one that I like best setting my whole face. It's not my favorite under the eye. I can get it to work under the eye, but I definitely prefer this guy. This is the Halo Glow Setting Powder. This is the light pink shade. This is one of those. I've always liked the Halo Glow formula. It is very light. I feel like it's a really close approximation to the Veil Setting Powder, the loose one from Hourglass. They're both beautiful, but this one here, it comes in colors. I feel like the Hourglass one comes in like their translucent shade, and they might have released a slightly deeper shade. I do like that it has the sifter cover here, and this light pink shade is just kind of pink enough, but you see how finely milled it is? I feel like when I open this up, it just kind of like, it's so finely milled. So this never looks heavy under the eye. This sets without really kind of making things stand out. Oh, I love this. I love this. This is one of those, I think the only one that I like better than this, and the price difference is astronomical, is the Givenchy Prisma powder. Love that powder, especially the Voile Rosé, the one that is in like the shade 03, which is like all the pinks. But if you don't want to pay like luxury prices, this is so good. Totally worth it. All right, cheap products. The only two cheap products I have are these guys from Moira. I really have been liking this. This is their cream blush. This is the shade I Have You. I feel like, and I don't have one right now, but I remember when I tried the Tower 28 blush that comes like in this exact packaging. I feel like these are trying to duplicate that, and I feel like it does a really good job. I like this color especially because it is rosy, but there is some warmth to it, and it looks really pretty on the skin, and it blends out like really nicely. It's not too much. And I also like, I mean, you can build it up, but I feel like even when you build it up, and you blend it out, it never looks patchy. I feel like this is a really nice formula if you like a cream blush. Now, this highlight, oh my goodness, I'm wearing it today. It's very highlighty, but do you see how it kind of accentuates like my crow's feet? I feel like if you use this on the inner corner of your eye, boom, light. If you use this in places where you don't have texture, if you happen to deal with texture because of pores or acne, or like me, wrinkles and loss of elasticity, I feel like this kind of shines a light on it. Now, I did set my face with kind of like a hydrating setting spray. The colors here, I mean, beautiful, beautiful. And I feel like the older I get, the more difficult it is for me to wear powder highlights without them calling attention. I feel like there are some that do a really good job. And this is not one of them. Is it a bad highlight? No. Do my teenagers love this? Yeah. But their skin is poreless. They have like no acne. They have no wrinkles. They look like this is just like glistening, glowing like. Now, if you don't mind a little bit of attention to texture, this is not going to bother you because it's fantastic. It's really great. I actually really love the component. It's super nice, but I feel like it's a little on the dry side. It feels slightly dry in the pan, but it's just that it brings out texture. I need something that has a little bit less reflective qualities right in through here so I don't look dry. And this just makes me look dry. There were two eyeliners that I tried. The one that I love, 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 love is this one here from Moira. Oh. Turn it so you can see it. It's the Micro Tip Liquid Liner, and it only comes in black, but look how tiny tiny. Let me get a different liquid liner for you to show you. This is the one from M. The next one is Danessa Myricks. This is the one from Rare. It's kind of like the chubbiest. And this one here is the Fenty Fly Liner. Look how teensy-tiny this little guy is here. This guy is perfect for getting so close to the lash line. I like the rest of these. My favorite one is the one from M, But what I end up doing is I'll use the one from M, and then I'll finish like this little teeny tiny wing with this guy. Oh my goodness. I love it so much, so much. It's not very expensive. I don't remember what the price is off the top of my head. I don't know how long this is gonna last. I've had it for about 2 months now, but I like it. And every time I reach for it, it's the only thing I use today on my lash line. So I like how close I can get to my lashes because it's so small. It's tiny, and I never feel like I'm like running out of pigment. Is it as pigmented as some of the other ones? No, but it never feels like it's running out of liquid. Like sometimes I'll feel like, oh, this liner's dry. Oh, she's gotta go. This one just keeps going, and it even goes really well over sparkly eyeshadow. Man, this is great. So the eyeliner that I don't like and I don't recommend is this one here from e.l.f. I've tried it several times. Now, what it does have going for it is that I do find that it stays put pretty well. This is the H2O Proof Inkwell eyeliner. And what I don't like about this is the delivery method. And for me, I don't mind an inkwell eyeliner, but for me, it's this really very rigid applicator. It's a sponge tip applicator. It's so hard. It's so hard. So it doesn't have the flexibility to go around your kind of curved eyelash area. The other thing is this formula dries, and it's not uncomfortable, but if you ever get it on your lashes, it builds extra chunkiness when you're putting mascara on. So I usually line my eyes first, and then as I go and put mascara on, I can see, because the applicator tip is so rigid, I can't get it close enough to my eye, and I'm trying to get in there and I keep hitting the lashes. This is just hard. And what you don't want is liquid liner to be hard. I don't recommend this. It does actually stay really well. I do feel like its waterproof claims, I think it does a good job that way. I like the color brown that this is. I just hate the applicator. And I want something that's gonna make liquid eyeliner easier, like this little tiny one from Moira does. This one makes it a breeze, and this one I have to work so hard and just pray that I don't get it on my lashes. The only new brow product I tried is this one from e.l.f., and it's not really new. They've had this. It used to be their $2 brow pencil. Now it's $3, but this is new because this is their waterproof version, their Instant Lift waterproof brow pencil. This is what I'm wearing in my brows today. One thing I will tell you, this formula feels almost kind of like a bit of a pomade. It is kind of a chunky brow pencil. This is the shade Neutral Brown. I feel like Neutral Brown is a great shade match for me in all of the e.l.f. products. I have been liking their kind of micro tipped brow pencil a little bit more, but when I got this, actually I've liked it a lot. I've liked it a lot. It's very inexpensive. If you like a more substantial pencil to quickly fill in your brows, I feel like that's what I'm getting. I'm not getting as many hair-like strokes. I'm just kind of like filling in the gaps and brushing it through. I wish this brush, although it works, it's really soft. I want something that's, I don't want it to be so hard that it's scratching the skin underneath, but I feel like a little bit more rigidity would be good on this. But for the $3 price point, I don't think you can go wrong. If you like kind of a more substantial type pencil, this one's really good. It lasts really well. I have really liked this. Oh my goodness. This is the only tubing mascara from the drugstore that I like. I don't like the Milani one. I have not been wanting to try the Bye Bye Panda Eyes from Essence because I hear bad things about it. I've tried the Sky High from Maybelline. It's just so hard to get off. This one, beautiful. So my qualm is always that a tubing mascara should literally come off in tubes. When you put it on, you get it wet with water, preferably warm water. It should just like come off, you know, and you should be able to, it should look like little spider legs at the bottom of your sink. All of the other ones that I've tried from the drugstore don't do that. They kind of ball up and they come off in little clumpy lumps, and then I'll have residual like dark smudging around my eye that requires a lot more effort. I didn't like the way the one from Milani removed. I also didn't think it came off in tubes. This one, she tubes. It's affordable. It does have a very similar applicator to the Sky High from Maybelline, to the Thrive Liquid Lash Extensions. There's a lot of mascaras out there that have this. I get more length from this. I don't get a lot of volume. I am wearing it today. This to me is a great, affordable, everyday mascara. If you want a lot of volume, if you want a lot of drama, no, but the name Lash Extender, this is giving you length. I feel like I'm getting some good length from this, but I don't really feel like this is my most dramatic mascara. But at this price point, I feel like because it's so easy to find at your drugstore, at your grocery store, you know, at Ulta, this is going to be the one that I would recommend to people. Although I do like other affordable tubing mascaras a little bit better than this, they're just harder to come by. If you're looking for a solid, easy to find tubing mascara, this one's great. So e.l.f. came out with these new Cream Glide lip pencils. I think these are great. These are $2. And I have 3 shades. Here's where I admit I don't have my glasses. My eyes are really old. And you know where they put the names for these? You better not like lose track of the caps because it's on a clear sticker on the end of the cap. And I cannot tell you which shade is which, but I like all of them. I tend to reach for these more nude ones a little bit more. I know one's more like a mauve shade, one's more like a nude shade. This berry here is great too, but okay, what I like about these is that they glide and they are a literal wooden pencil. Are these the most long lasting, like you put them down, they don't ever budge? No, but I don't always like a formula like that. I want something that I can sharpen really sharp so I can really define the edge of my lip. I like something that is creamy and glidey, and this does. I don't find that this like instantly sets down, but it does create a nice border on the edge of my lip. Is it my favorite like affordable pencil from the drugstore? No, but these are actually really good. So if you find shades that you like, I would recommend them. Because like at that price, why not? Especially if you're looking for a specific shade, which is kind of why I got this one, because they don't have anything like this and it's nice to have. All right, one of the ones that I like a little bit better and I would be interested in getting more of is this one here from Moira. This is their Lip Appeal Waterproof Liner. I'm wearing this one today. First of all, super creamy. I do like that it is one of those twist up liners. If you do need to sharpen it, there is a sharpener in the end here. I like that. But this liner glides. It's beautiful. This, by the way, is the shade Superstar. I'm wearing it with a Moira lip product today, but once this sets, she doesn't go anywhere. I like this. This is really great on those days when you kind of line your lips and then you fill them in and then you put a lip product over it. It just gives more longevity. I feel like this is a really good affordable lip pencil. But because Moira is only available on the Moira website, I'm not like running back to Moira right now. I've got plenty of Moira stuff to play with. But the next time I make a purchase on the site, I could see myself picking up more of these. These are great. All right, here's the one product I'm wearing today that I love. This is the Moira Signature Lipstick. Okay. I love the way this feels. This feels so creamy on the lips. Oh my goodness. But I have some problems. First of all, if you don't know, I hate it when packaging like this is clear and all you see is the goo on the inside, because all I want to do is to take a wipe and like clean it out. And I don't want to have to do that every time. That is for me kind of like a The other thing I've noticed, okay, now that I've kind of cleaned it out, the other thing that I've noticed is that this formula is so soft. I'm always going to end up with product right around the edge, which is going to get caught in the cap. I feel like the snap here is pretty good, but I also am worried that if this ever breaks or cracks in any way, because it is an affordable product, this reminds me of the Rose Comforting Lip Colors from Wet n Wild. I liked the formula. The packaging was terrible. This reminds me of other affordable packaging that can easily break and crack. The product inside, amazing. By the way, this is the shade Dusty Red. I love this. It's such a pretty, shiny. It doesn't have to be really opaque like this. Like I built it up today, but you could wear it like one thin layer over the lips. This is great. If I wear this without a lip liner, it kind of finds those lines and feathers out. I don't like that, especially with kind of like this bolder, almost red shade. But that's why I paired it with this lip liner. And like this, it's perfect. I love it. I'm divided because the formula is so good, but the packaging is such a, and maybe I just need to be careful because like when I drop this in my purse, if anything, you know, were to break it or the cap were to come off, like, I don't know. That's what I'm worried about. It's not terribly substantial, the cap. But that's like the only drawback to it in my mind because the formula is so good. Imagine this in a nude. Oh, I'd probably wear it every day. Here are products that 3 of us in my house have been obsessed with. And they're these guys. All right, so the Moira Glow Getter Hydrating Lip Oil. This is so nice. I like this. And I do like this packaging, and I do like this tiny little scoop of a doe foot here. This, by the way, is the shade Berry Berry. Look, it looks like blackberry jam. It is so comfortable. It is great. It makes my lips feel hydrated. I feel like it's a different type of formula. It's more of a gloss and less of an oil. It kind of reminds me, it's not quite as plush, but pretty close to the formula from Milani, their Fruit Fetish lip oils. It's definitely one of those where it kind of masquerades more as a gloss, but most of the shades are kind of like this kind of semi-sheer color, and it just makes your lips look hydrated and beautiful. All right, here's another thing that I really like, and this is interesting. This is the Luminizer lip gloss. Now, when I put this on, I do not feel like I am wearing an affordable lip gloss. I feel like I am wearing a high-end lip gloss. This, by the way, is the shade Lovebird. It really reminds me of my Victoria Beckham in the shade Poolside. Like, the shades are very similar. The textures are very similar. Packaging here, 10 out of 10, because you know, when you're paying for those luxury prices. So here's the Victoria Beckham, and here's the one from Moira. I feel like we're getting just a little bit more pigment, but they both wear beautifully. They're both very nourishing on the lips. They're both really comfortable. And although like these little stars here are not the best, I feel like this packaging is nice where I take umbrage with this packaging. I don't love it. I do like this packaging, and I do like this packaging. I think these are great. All right, here's another product that I have tried a handful of times. It's another Moira. This is one of their lip plush creams. This, oh my goodness, is a comfortable, beautiful, matte liquid lipstick, but it does not dry down. This is one of those that does not dry my lips out, and this shade is so incredible. This is the shade Posh, but look at that beautiful red shade. This wore comfortably all day. I would say it's a little high maintenance. a little high maintenance. Because if you get any, like, let's just say you're eating a sandwich, you're getting red everywhere. Like, my lips will end up touching down here as I'm biting into a sandwich, so I'll have this here. This smears kind of easy because it doesn't set. If you are one of those people who wants a comfortable matte lip product, you would like this. But if you want something that's going to set and it's not going to budge, this one is not for you because it doesn't set down. I do like that. I mean, it has a little bit of a shine right now, but eventually, like, it ends up looking matte. Do you see how nice that is? It is super comfortable. It feels really, and like the fact that it says a plush cream, it is actually very plush on the lips. The last lip product I tried was this one here from Glossier. I like the Ultra Lip formula so much, and I picked up a shade I've been meaning to pick up for a long time. This is the shade Pony. Oh my goodness. This is so easy for me to wear. I like how you can build it up. I really like this shade. I feel like it's a pretty kind of rosy nude, but it's not too much. I have been having problems. I have 3 of the Ultra Lips, but I have been having problems with the cap staying on. I don't know what that's about, because I found one of these in my purse with the cap off. And you never want to find a lipstick that's capless in your handbag. But I really have liked this formula. I feel like it's super easy to wear, and this shade in Pony has been nice. All right, last thing I have to talk to you about is eyeshadows. Oh, there's a lot. Quickly, I got these shadow pots from Moira. Oh my goodness, I'm wearing all 3 shades that I got. So these are beautiful. That's the sparkle on my eyes today. It's these guys. And I just kept layering one on top of the other, but my favorite thing about these is they come with these little tampers. You're gonna wanna keep them because these really aren't pressed. They're in there kind of loosely, but do you see how much pigment you can get up? But then when you swipe it on, it's kind of creamy and stunning. But look, I feel like instantly like the Tin Man. Like, wow, it's so beautiful. And you can sheer it out, of course, like I'm going to sheer it out down here at the bottom. And you'll see it doesn't have to be quite like this, but it kind of looks like liquid chrome. These are fantastic. These remind me of the Scattered Light shadows from Hourglass that are $20 what dollars a piece. These are under 10. These are totally worth it. If you love a sparkly eyeshadow, I will list all the shades that I have down below, but man, I like these so much. Another product that I really like, they come in this. This is one of their cream shadows, the Lucent cream shadows. Okay, so this is a duochrome shade. This one is in the shade Juniper. It has kind of like a gold, but then there's a little bit of, and you can, I don't know that you'll be able to see, you can see here, kind of looks a little bit greeny purple. It's really weird. Here it looks kind of gold, but when you put it all over the eye and it catches the light in different ways, man, this is such a fun shade to wear. It looks warm in some lights, cool in others, because here it definitely looks more greeny with a little bit of violet to it. I don't know, I love this. And this is one that I like to wear on days when I have nothing on my lid. Just a sheer wash of this and mascara. Super easy. But these shadow products, the singles, my goodness, am I super impressed. If you don't know, I'm notoriously lazy when it comes to eye looks. I don't want to do too much, so I don't always use eyeshadow primer. And I find that, you know, both of these here, these two formulas worked well for me on my non-oily eyelids without eyeshadow primer. Here's one that I do like, but this one needs primer. And this is The Moment With You. This is from their Love Letters series. Okay, first of all, like, I wish that this wasn't as bulky, because like it's a lot. It doesn't have to be this thick, but okay. It has a nice mirror in it. The colors in here are nice. I tend to stick to more of the neutrals. This is a really fun shade here, but the mattes are really nice. But I find that any of these metallics, if I'm gonna get them to show up pigmented and then not end up like falling out down here, I need primer. And you're probably like shouting at me, you should always use primer. I know, I'm just lazy. I'm just lazy. And because it's not part of my habit to wear like face primer or eye primer or use setting spray every day, a lot of that stuff that there wasn't when I was a kid growing up wearing makeup for the first time in the 80s, I just never got in the habit of it. I'm trying to be better about it, but the truth is kind of like old dog, new tricks. It's hard sometimes. I'll just tell you it's hard. But the metallics in here are beautiful, but I just find that I'm reaching for the mattes. I like these two guys here. I use these all the time, but I love the shades that are in here. I really like this one. I like this one. This is another favorite. And this one here and this one here I use all the time. The problem I have with these though is, again, you know, they're beautiful. I mean, they're truly magnificent shade wise. But if you don't put down something sticky to hold on to them, at the end of the day, I have a lot of like little glittery particles down here, and that is not my favorite, but they're really, really pretty. I don't know that I would need to get another palette from Moira, but I could definitely see myself getting different shades of these products here or trying more of the shadow singles. If they were to come out, I know they just came out with something that was similar to the Moon Dust formula from Urban Decay. I would try those in a heartbeat. I don't know that I need another palette from Moira. This showed up in one of my best palettes of the year, so it's not a surprise. It's not new, it's the Glam palette. I picked it up during Black Friday when it was on sale because I loved the I Need a Nude so much. I've been reaching for this a lot. I know it doesn't look like it. I got a lot of eyeshadow palettes towards the end of the year, so I've kind of been rotating through them, but man, this is good. There's a lot of people who've been telling me you should get the Glam palette, you should get the Glam palette. And I just hadn't fallen in love with Natasha Denona eyeshadows until I got the I Need a Nude. And then it was instantly, oh look, it's on sale, 20% off, mine. I mean, that's how much time it took me to think it through. And I really have been liking it. The other thing I picked up during Black Friday were these two palettes from Sigma. I have heard a lot of good things about the Sigma eyeshadow formula, and I do think that their mattes are so good. I'm still trying to figure out the metallics because a lot of times I'm used to products that have a little bit more of like a buttery feel. These are really pretty, but they're dry. And that's the one thing is that maybe what I need to do is, again, eyeshadow primer, because I feel like sometimes these aren't sticking as I'm trying to get them on. I end up with more product down here, but I feel like that would change if I were to be using like just a regular eyeshadow primer. The mattes, impeccable. Love, love, love. And I really like the colors so much of these metallics. I mean, like, look at that. That'd be a perfect one and done eyeshadow for me. But have kind of been struggling with the metallic formula because they are just a little bit drier than I'm used to. This one here is the Hazy. I like these little 9 pan numbers. I feel like this is a really great way to try something. Now, I like the mattes in here, and I do like these other metallics, but I find that I had been dealing with a lot more fallout from these guys than I had anticipated. But look how pretty they are. I mean, they're just stunning. And I feel like they're really pretty, but again, me being lazy, I don't always reach for an eyeshadow primer. So I haven't really been giving these. I don't know that I feel like I've been giving them a fair shake. Okay, so I just took a break. I was having a hard time kind of summing up my thoughts. And here's what I came down to. First of all, I bought too much stuff all at once and I'm a little overwhelmed. That happens to me sometimes, and I just am like, too much stuff. But I think that when I have like way too much of everything, that stuff that instantly rises to the top that I keep reaching for, even though I have so many options, those are the things that really interest me. This I use all the time. This I use all the time. These guys I use all the time. I'm reaching for this new mascara from e.l.f. all the time. And oddly enough, these guys, so the new e.l.f. pencil and this little Moira micro tip liquid liner, they're so good. Other things that I have been reaching for a lot, this. Now, I feel like there's a lot of other good stuff that's here. I like the Moira lip products, but I'm in the middle of testing a bunch of luxury lip products. And I know Moira is affordable, and there's no way that this type of a lipstick is gonna compete with this type of lipstick. Okay, they're not the same. Packaging is different. This, if it got at the bottom of my purse, I might lose a rhinestone, but I doubt it. I mean, this feels so substantial. If I were to throw this at somebody, it would hurt. If I were to throw this at somebody, this would break. Okay, I'm just saying that. Now, the contents of the Moira lip products are excellent. I really like every single one I tried, but I'm having a hard time wanting to reach for the Moira when I've been trying a ton of luxury lip products. That's all I'm gonna say. But when it comes down to it, the things that I have been liking are the things that allow me to skip some of the rest of the steps in my life. Like these eyeshadows, they don't require any sort of primer. Neither do these ones here from Natasha Denona. And I don't have to use all of them. I can stick my finger in one of the metallics, swipe it over my lid and go. I feel like although these are great formulas, I have to do so much more. And I feel like the fact that I got so much stuff all at once, these guys kind of got lost. Are they bad? No. Would I tell you not to get them? No, I think they're actually really good, but I feel like they're good for the person who already uses eyeshadow primer regularly. That's not me. There was no eyeshadow primer in the 80s when I first started wearing eyeshadow. It wasn't a thing. It wasn't a thing. Times have changed, and that's fine. And old dogs like me, we don't always change with the times. I'm trying to be better about using primers, but sometimes I'm just like, can't be bothered. But I feel like for the type of makeup wearer that I am, there are so many things here that I really enjoy, and other things that aren't bad. They're just not like instant favorites. And then there are some things, no, I do not recommend. I keep putting it upside down. I do not recommend this Inkwell liner. I don't think this is worth it. Oh, another thing that I forgot to mention to you, I tried the e.l.f. color corrector that comes in a tube like a concealer. I tried their lightest shade. Oh, it was too dark for my fair skin. So if you have fair skin, that one's a no. Did not like that one. So yeah, there you go. I want to know, what sort of products have you been trying? Which sort of things just kind of rise to the top? What's the cream of the crop? I would love to know. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you've tried any of these, if you have thoughts on any of these, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching today. Have an incredible day, and I will see you again soon.